the first team we have over on the red side, we've got the Russian team. Their name is AOXA. AOXA, which is shortened for the Art of Execution. I thought that was pretty clever.
That's a pretty brutal name. But you can see these guys. I mean, they have a pretty brutal record to back it up. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, if you just recently joined us, these guys are absolute monsters. They've been playing this game professionally since 2011, where they took second place at the Point Blank Cyber Series. And since then, have netted themselves 61 wins. You can see, though, on the screen, the roster, it's Freed, 320D, Z, Chukian, and Farshik.
No, actually, Farshik didn't come out. It was another player. It was,
they swapped out
they swapped it out.
They brought in the sub.
Yep, they did.
Okay.
And so we're not going to be able to see Farshik unless he changed his name. They didn't tell us. But there was actually not a picture for him there either. So I'm assuming that this was going to be the sixth man that's coming in here to play.
Yeah.
Korea is actually one of those places for Russia that's very easy for them to get a visa to come here. Okay. So I'm going to assume it's not a visa issue. But
these
on
guys
the other
need no
side,
visas.
these guys, they live here, right? We can see, yeah, all of them very well versed in the rifle. We have Chev, Genie, Mountain Creek, Rusty, and Unit. Korean team for Point Blank. Now, many people have said, Korea, you know, are you guys strong in FPS? We don't know, but what you guys don't know is here in Korea, Sudden Attack is a game that is super, like, I think it's like the #2 game played in the PC cafes all around the nation, and they're good in Crossfire, and we've seen them compete in all different FPS titles, so definitely I want to see how they're going to do here in Point Blank.
Yeah, I mean, even games like Counter-Strike, which is notorious for not being a very big Asian game, has Korean players now, but this is a Korean shooter. A lot of people don't necessarily realize that because it has so much popularity outside of Korea, especially in Indonesia, as you were talking about earlier. The most popular shooter by far in that region. But it is innately a Korean shooter, so these guys are going to be having a lot of practice on it, probably, I would imagine, playing since the game came out.
All right, now I do know that this Korean team is super young.
Yes.
The captain is like 19 or something along those lines. And so, I mean, young guys with...
That's just how it happens out here.
Well, I mean, if they're hungry for this win, I really want to see how this team is going to gel together. I know 2 of the members have had international experience before. They've made it to the international championship at the end of the year. Last year they made it. 2 guys remained. They remade a team, so we'll have to see how they fare up against, you know, a beast like this Russian team here.
Yeah, and it seems like these guys have been really consistent together, and they're extremely disciplined in their play style, but also very aggressive. But they know how to be up in your face, but not so much that it's going to cost them their lives.
Right.
So it's very calculated play from the Russians, and I'm really looking forward to see how they go up against the Koreans, which Koreans in any esport are very much known to be very disciplined. I mean, practice regimen for these guys is absolutely absurd, and that's what happens when you get them so young. You get them started, and they just hone in on every little detail of a game until they master it. So this will be a really interesting matchup to start things off with for this group. And then, of course, got to be interested in seeing Thailand versus Russia, because everybody coming into this tournament has said, you know what, we think that those are the 2 biggest teams that we have to beat. So if Korea could take down Russia to kick things off, that would be a really big wave of momentum that could potentially ride through into first place to finish out the group stage.
You know, it comes down to does Korea, with their good infrastructure and practice regime and discipline, does that win versus experience and team synergy that the Russian team obviously has already? Because, like you said, Russia has won, what, 61 different titles?
Yes.
61.
Including 2 of the international championships in 2013 and 2014.
They've been to WCGs. I mean, these guys
they've been all over the place. I mean, the last tournament that they played in, of course, the qualifier for this tournament, they said that they had a pretty easy time. They felt very comfortable playing in that tournament to make their way over here to Korea for the World Challenge. So they're going to be very confident coming into this matchup, coming into this group stage, but that's where complacency can set in for some teams. I don't know if it's going to happen for these guys because they've been around for so long, but when you're at the top, sometimes you just get comfortable there, a little too comfortable there, and it makes it that much easier to get knocked off.
I don't know. There are some teams I know who consistently are on top, and they're still.
We know plenty of those.
We know plenty of those in Korea, but one specific team that comes to mind. Yeah. Just saying, they know that they need to work hard to stay at the top all the time, and Russia. Did you know actually? Russian people are very similar to the Koreans in terms of work ethic and. The ones who live on the east, so like people from Vladivostok and stuff, they're Asian. I mean, they're just like Koreans. Actually, I've met plenty of people from there. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see fairly new team versus a fairly established team, and how they're going to go about team play. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, we could see two completely different styles because what we saw from Group A was that sometimes some pretty sloppy play, maybe not everything 100% honed in. But it was very bloodbathy. So I'm looking forward to seeing if these guys are actually going to pull out more of a strategic approach. We saw a little bit of that on the Sandstorm map, and even some, on the Metro map there. Yeah. Going through the ventilation, getting those big picks. But these guys coming in, I believe they're going to be playing on Midtown.
Yeah, Midtown is going to be the first map.
This will be interesting to see how they approach with this different style map as well.
All right. Well, it looks like both teams are ready. Luckily, during that break, all the technical stuff have been worked out, I hope. And we are going to go ahead into game number 1. Go. Group B, match 1. We are in the first half already. We can see that, I don't know about the strategical aspect of this, Achilleos. We can see that there's lots and lots of shells just being thrown at one another. Unit already taking a chunk of damage, but Z as well.
Yeah, they do work him down a little bit, but again, this is usually what we've been seeing from a lot of the round 1s, is just go out guns blazing, trying to get all those kills, and then back off, get a feel for how well these guys aim and what angles they like to play.
Yes.
You can see right now.
Oh, there goes Genie. Genie goes down, and Chev looks to be the second to follow after him.
Rusty as well, pretty low, and he's actually going to fall in the end now. A 3v5.
Oh, gosh.
Effectively a 2v5 because Chev is just sitting on almost no health. Even Unit chunked out to about 45. Freed on the side of AOXA. It's pretty low himself, but it's not going to stop the team from getting more and more kills.
Wow, yeah, now it's just Mountain Creek who is left, and he's against an entire full roster of AOXA. Oh my God, but he goes ahead and takes 3 of them down in a spray. That was amazing.
Wow.
I am going to go ahead and say, even though he didn't win the game, he was MVP of that round.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a gorgeous spray down by Mountain Creek. And you can see the guys still having some smiles on their faces because of that play right there. And that's got to instill some confidence in you for sure. Again, coming up against a team like AOXA, it's got to be formidable, and it has to be playing in the back of your mind. So to be able to come out like that in a very dire situation and almost find the round.
Definitely strong start. Takes out Rusty, chunks out Genie halfway, and it's only been 30 seconds, guys. Now this map, you guys might say, looks kind of familiar because I think I saw it earlier. It looks like downtown, but it's actually Midtown.
Yeah, it does look a lot like it, but it's actually a larger map. When you compare it to downtown, but it does have more simplified routes around. It's not, if you could look at an overhead of the map, maybe we'll see it as we get ready to go into the other rounds. It's very simple and straightforward, but you can see they're still just running away with this one. Z playing this high angle, just trying to get the kills. Unit just gonna throw that grenade out, try to wrap around the side, but not having much of a way to get towards Z and flank him.
It is a 2v3 at this point. Make it a 1.5 versus 3, I suppose. Mountain Creek is down very low. Grenade does go in. See if he can catch anyone out, but he does not. Oh, wow, but they walked in. They overextended themselves a little too much. And yeah, IOXA is just going to go ahead and take that second round.
Yeah, and that was just a great angle hold there by Z. Gets the one and then drops down, still able to pick up the other. So just very dedicated to that spot and pays off for him in the end. Now we can see though, this is going to be Offers going really aggressive.
Oh wow, now these are the barrels that we had talked about earlier during downtown. If you explode these, you still do an area damage.
These ones you can clear out and, you know, work down through the cover. So they're not there forever. You shoot them enough times, they will go away, but just like that, yet again, IOXA.
Yet again.
3 rounds up. It's a pretty devastating start here. We're talking about how dedicated these guys are. They said in their interview, you know, we are coming to Korea to compete. We're not coming here for a vacation.
Right.
Which
they want to win. They really want this. And they're starting off extremely strong here. 0-3. Wow, still 5 men up for each team. You hear the fires being exchanged, but so far everyone is perfectly healthy. A lot slower than the first round. Like you said, first round is always guns a-blazing.
That it is. And this one is a bit of a better start here for Offers, though, you do have to say, because they haven't lost anybody quite just yet. And it's a little sad when that's the figure that you have to put out. It's not that they're, you know, playing very strategically and getting into these sites. It's just that, oh, well, they haven't died yet, so that's an improvement. But if they can continue to avoid the line of sight from IOXA, they might be able to force their way in. But you can see now, with this overhead, you can just see how simplistic it is. There's only a few avenues of approach here.
Yes.
So it makes it that much tougher.
Oh, wow. Chev is going to be the first one so far to take any damage at all. Both teams doing extremely well. Now Z does kill Genie with that headshot.
Going to be 3 members now of Offers. They haven't been able to take out anybody on the Russian squad quite just yet. You can see there, you're getting a little antsy. Some of them are playing up even further. Z just yet again holding this high ground angle, sitting on top of that desk.
I just feel like the Russian team right now just knows how to play the patient game a little bit better than the Korean team.
Oh, and Rusty goes down as well.
And it's amazing how well they know this map. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the map that IOXA decide to pick. Oh, but Mountain Creek and Unit able to take out Z and 320D.
Yep. We've seen Mountain Creek get 3 kills in a row before, but
we sure have. He's not. No. I mean, here you can already see Mountain Creek with 5 kills this game. He's got the most, but then you look over at IOXA's.
It's a nice, fairly even spread with, you know, 3 of them stretching in. Yeah.
315 and Z really pulling the weight for the team here. Oh, and blue team goes ahead and wins that next round. It is a 4-0. You think this is just going to be a 5-0?
It's looking like we might have it, and it makes sense if any team is going to be able to come out and pull a 5-0 for it to be IOXA, because just how damn good they have been historically. Even so, we can still see them finding these opening frags. Really aggressive play by Z.
Wow, that was beautifully done. He just dropped down and was able to take out 3-4 members of Offers, and that's going to clench their spot. That is a 5-0 for the first round. I mean, one more win and they pretty much have it.
Yeah, the best case scenario now for Offers. You can see the puzzled looks on their faces here as they're like, what just happened?
I mean, it's
this
unfortunate.
All went down in such a blur.
It's so unfortunate that the first team that they're playing against is like this world champion amazeBall team. But, you know, this kind of prepares them for the next round as well. Offers, this is home field advantage. Hopefully that'll get them going.
Well, they need to start utilizing that if that's the case. But, yeah, really rough start for these guys. But they're going to be swapping over now onto that CT side. But, again, the best case scenario is that they just force a tie and bring 1 point out for both these squads.
If they can 5-0 this, then maybe.
I mean, actually, this is a pretty decent opportunity here for Offers. If they can get the 5-0 and force a tie, IOXA only takes away 1 point. And then Thailand is still in this group as well. That could force IOXA out of a first-place spot, which is looking pretty comfortable for them. And if Offers find success against Thailand, they can actually net second place. But
yeah, well, AOXA.
Look at that.
Yep, 315. I'm sorry. 513. Numbers like 513 is the first one to go down, and so is 320D. All the numbers are down.
Yep. See Mountain Creek getting that first opening, and Unit as well.
Very good.
Up.
Toucan does go down, and
Freed, though, gets a double kill with the sniper rifle, so double snipers coming in this time around, so looking like we didn't see these, you know, on the last side of the map when Offers was playing as the Free Rebels, so looks like both of these squads like playing sniper on the opposing sides. So now we're going to be dueling with each other. Freed looking for the opening on the Rusty.
He's behind that truck.
He's pushing up. I can't tell quite just yet how this is going to go down. He's just got the AUG, so he could still win this trade. Yeah, the high ground just couldn't find it. Just kind of spraying a little too erratically. He goes down. This is still a 2v2, though.
I have to say, Offers is playing much better this time around.
Yeah,
it's almost like the blue side does fit them better. It does seem that way, but at the end, it looks like, well, first off, we know that IOXA has now clinched their spot to win.
So that is going to be 3 points for these guys. Still going to play out the remaining rounds.
In case of tiebreakers, this is really important.
Well, it's not
you know, like later on, if everyone wins 3 games, then it depends on how many games won and how many kills you have.
That's a very good point.
So this is definitely, I mean, we thought earlier there's no point in this, but no, later on for tiebreaker purposes.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, Mountain Creek and Genie both already going down here. 3v4 situation. Oh.
Yeah, got caught. Clip's empty. He goes down. This is actually still just a rough spot.
It is a rough spot. And, you know, when it comes to those 1v1s and they're just right at each other, it just looks like Russia with the better accuracy.
That was a dirty headshot coming out right there.
Speak about accuracy, man.
Yeah, finishing him off for the 7th round win in this map here.
2-0 for the second half. Already we can see that Z wants to see if he can spray down anything at all into that smoke. And doesn't really quite get anything. Oh, Mountain Creek does go down. Freed. Actually, it was not even this screen.
Yeah.
A sniper.
Completely off screen. Yeah, Freed is Freed's showing an immense amount of proficiency with that sniper rifle, taking out Mountain Creek as well, who has had a good amount.
Wow, and one by one, you can just see the members of Offer not just die, but I feel like Hope is. They're starting to play a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for in English? Where you can't, like anxiously. That's the word.
It does seem to be that way. It's a good way to put it, and we can see just this is business as usual for the Russians, and this is a really good start for them because they do have to play the next game, so 2 in a row for them as well as they get ready to go up against Thailand, who is almost certainly going to be their, at least on paper, the most formidable opponent for them here at this tournament.
For sure, and I mean, they're looking very, very dominant just in these last 8 rounds, rather. It is a 3-0 for the second half, and again, Offers, I feel like because they keep losing, they feel like they need to do something, and then they overextend themselves. They're just anxious, you know? They're anxious to get something done, and it often ends up with dead members on their team. Yeah,
this is something that we see a lot in other games, so specifically like League of Legends, if you guys follow that at all. You can see Rusty gonna go down. Unit does find one, though, onto Z.
Unit is gonna go down here. We've got the sniper.
Yep.
Just looking for that opening. Mountain Creek's going to be the last man left. He's gonna... I love these dual guns, man. Looks like it do so much damage, but...
Yeah, it'd be really hard to do that in real life, though. The AUG has a pretty good kick on it as a rifle, so...
I mean, how accurate can you really be?
Not. Not at all. You would be firing into the sky because the recoil would just send your guns flying up into the air.
Well, these chicks are really tough chicks, and they can hold whatever guns they want.
Yeah, apparently they are. I'm impressed.
All right, guys. Well, here we go. This could be the last round for this set as IOXA, pronounce it better. IOXA is just absolutely demolishing this Korean team.
They are, in fact, showing them the art of execution at first.
Yeah,
Their name makes a lot of sense. I see how they came up with this one.
The art of execution.
It actually is pretty much a no-brainer of a name for these guys.
All right, well, so far, it's, actually, you know what, so far it's IOXA down one man.
Yeah.
It's 4 to 5 still. Oh, make that 3. Ooh, offers. Maybe they heard my casting and they decided to play it a little smarter, a little quieter.
Yeah, we can see though.
Angle. Is he able to? Oh,
wow,
he does not
loses
get
the
that.
firefight.
Yeah.
That's pretty crippling and potentially going to give an opening here for IOXA as they keep looking for more picks. 513 though is pretty low. He's trying to spam that angle and get a headshot in behind the vehicle, but able to do so far. Actually gets taken down though. So Genie comes in and gets
nice,
him.
but Genie, yeah, Freed goes down. Z is the last man standing. Will Offers be able to put a game on the map?
It's really looking that way. As you can see, he's all on his lonesome. Not really in a position to go for a bomb plant either. And he could just try to get behind. Ooh, gets a lot of damage in.
But doesn't quite finish off the
Here
job.
comes
He's gonna,
Genie.
yeah, Genie is right around the corner. We can see the bombs have planted, but that's...
Oh, he still wins the fight. But it doesn't matter. He still gets sprayed down. And that's going to be the end of it. I think he actually canceled the bomb plant in the end. Because he heard Genie running up the stairs. So he decided to hop off of that and did win that trade. But the rest of the members of Offers, Clinton, they do let themselves a round here. So not going to be a 5-0.
I glanced over to the Russian team. They looked really disappointed that they didn't have a perfect game. They're executioning artists, remember? All right, well, here we go. Mountain Creek already first one down. And I feel like Offers, again, they're just going to play it calm, slow and steady. See if that'll work better for them.
Well, they did get 320D right there, so 2 members down, and Toucan's also quite low, but unit falling is going to be pretty crippling here.
You can tell IOXA just wants to finish this round. They want to finish it off, win it, take their 3 points, and get off stage. But or prepare for the next game, rather.
Yeah, gonna go for the plant.
There we go.
Bomb has been planted.
Want to draw Offers to them instead of hunting them like they were doing for the majority of that last round.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Where'd that come from? I don't even know, but Ginny taking down 2 members.
So he's still here. He needs to defend the bomb. He's trying to get over there, but we can see Rusty's already on it. Can he peek out in time? He doesn't get the defuse off. Z laying some damage.
I don't know, man. There's 17 seconds left on this bomb.
He's one.
Offers going to be able to
He
do
gets
it.
both of them.
Wow.
Wow.
What an ending to this round.
What wonderful shots there coming out from Z in the end, finishing off with those 3 kills. Doesn't even need to go for that bomb defusal. Or, you know, go over to the bomb. He just peeks his head out, is able to stop them. So very nicely played.
I'm noticing here that the Russian team is just super accurate.
Yeah.
You know, when we saw in Group A the different teams just spraying all over the place. With the Russian team, even when they're spraying, it's almost calculated. It's almost like they know where they're spraying, they know where their target is. The accuracy on these guys, definitely noticeable.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of hesitation at times and you know, slow reactions from Offers. Let's see, is that the Master Splinter action figure from the Ninja Turtles?
All right, actually, Master Splinter is Farshik. I don't know why it says 513 in game, but his shirt says Farshik unless that's on his shirt.
Maybe
I will have to find out.
No?
Yeah, I'll have to find out when you know, when we have break. But let's look at these highlights, man. Speaking of accuracy,
there's a lot of them here.
Look at that.
Yeah, Mountain Creek, this spray down is gorgeous, but unfortunately, this is Z holding this angle so well.
Right
it's the first
here,
kill straight into the drop.
Yeah, 2 members just walking into the fire.
Yeah. And it was just perfectly timed by him as well as he was unfolding the stock to get the increased hip fire accuracy. But just time and time again, IOXA just coming out on top. And Freed with a sniper rifle was pretty dirty. I mean, you can see that quick scope right there. Was really solid.
Like I said, the name of the game here is accuracy. And whenever there's a 1v1 shootout, it's the Russian team that just knows exactly where he's aiming.
Yep. See that? Nice little win there, though, for Offers, but in the end, Z coming up clutch. Looking down 3 members, and they find those kills. You can see they seem nonplussed. They're just like, okay,
yeah,
we want a game again.
Oh, we're just gonna play another game. So yeah, they are gonna play another game. All right, guys. Well, that was a really quick match.
That was. It was a fastest one of the day so far.
I think the one that we're looking most forward to for today is going to be coming up next. It's going to be Thailand versus Russia, 2 amazing powerhouses. So we're going to have to see how that one unfolds. Guys, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and don't go anywhere.